Well, hello! Sorry, my microphone's tilted all weird. I've noticed that. My room has been tilted weird. The lights in the back there were moved. And I don't remember moving them. I don't remember anybody moving them. I feel like something's trying to communicate from beyond. But yes, how you doing? Hope you're having a lovely Saturday evening. I just want to play a little bit of a comfort game for now, and that's what Subnautica's about, really. It's just going to be about playing for comfort and just having some fun with a game that's a little bit easier to run. This is something I'm trying to do. I've mentioned this before, but this is something I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to put more stream time aside to play through games that are easier to run. So, trying to stay away from the AAA stuff because of the current issues with the hardware market and feeling a bit like we're all being influenced to try and buy more expensive hardware, and that there is kind of a bit of a panic right now as to whether or not hardware will be available. In fact, I want to try and influence us into thinking, well, we can last longer. That was creepy. We can outlast the industry. That's what we can, and that's what this is meant to prove. It's meant to play some easier games to kind of prove that we can outlast the current industry wars. Because at the end of the day, we all have a backlog, and I'm sure Subnautica is in many backlogs. It's one of those games that I think a lot of people will have that will be in a lot of backlogs. It's a lot of games that a lot of people will maybe have picked up on a sale somewhere and probably haven't actually tried that much. So this is kind of saying, you know what, if you're looking for a new game, instead of looking for a new game and having to play all of that kind of fancy pants stuff and having to buy extra hardware just to run the new games and having to suffer through the current hardware market as a result, instead you can just kind of have some fun by playing some easier to run titles that maybe might be sitting in your backlog instead. So, I made a mistake. in the last stream. Firstly that. Secondly, I think this one already has the upgrade in. It does. Seamoth Depth Module Mark II. I made a mistake and already built a second one, so that's got to get trashed. But also, I need some fluid intake. We need to find something to drink. But first, I'm going to trash something. Where's my trash bin? We don't need it. It's gone. Yes. I had some insight there for you. I hope that kind of makes sense as to insight for you, and is that the idea of Minecraft being... The reason why you're disliking Hytale is it's emphasizing the wrong parts of Minecraft for you. You always mention to me that you're kind of more into the creative mode Minecraft, and a lot of your issues come from the fact that Minecraft being tied to its survival mechanics kind of means that it annoys you a lot when you're trying to do creative things. Meanwhile, there's Hytale, which is literally just enhancing the Terraria and just enhancing the Terraria-ness and the RPG elements of Minecraft, which I think does not chide well with you at all. It's literally the wrong reason why you are playing Minecraft. You are not playing Minecraft for that. You're playing Minecraft to be creative, and it's literally the opposite of what you wanted, which I think is probably why it really just does not chide well with you at all. I mean, it doesn't chide well with me either. I mean, I mentioned this before in my own rants about Hytale, which is it's made for the wrong reasons. People are buying it for the wrong reasons. Why does that have to scare me like that? But people are buying it for the wrong reasons, which is, you know, people are buying Hytale literally to spite Minecraft, and a lot of the stuff that Hytale is doing right now, people are doing... Why? It's really creepy. But people are trying to get Hytale and do all that Hytale thing literally to spite Minecraft, to make Minecraft be more going ways they want to. And I fear that Hytale could become a bit like... Hytale users can be to voxel games what Linux users are to PC. As in that, oh, you should really use Linux, and kind of get a bit too preachy, you should say. Right. The goal for this stream, we are going to be going deeper. Even deeper. Trying to make some progress on the further end game. There's also something I want to gather. I want to build... Should be just down here a little bit. I want to build a sea moth, really. But what am I missing for a sea moth? What am I missing? Not a sea moth. I want to build a cyclops. There we are. So, I can build a cyclops. Okay. So in order to do that, we need plasteel, we need enameled glass, which means I need teeth, lubricant, advanced wiring kit, and lead. I can build most of that right now, to be honest. But first, I think we're going to go around and we're going to explore, use the beacons, see where things take us. So I've got some beacons to place. You can see these. And I'm going to go in some directions. I've got 500 meters of diving depth, which means I can go pretty deep now and I can start making some progress on mapping things out. So this direction is pretty much northwest from my base. So that's my base there. It's pretty much going west-northwest. And I'm just kind of trying to understand where things are in relation to myself. Get a bit more understanding of the local geography. Where things are in relation to me. So I'm actually pretty far from the Aurora. But yeah, kind of get an understanding of the map. Get an understanding of where I am. So this is where we're going. So this is the Seamoth Bay. This is where Ozzy was attacked by some grim snake things, as he said. That's pretty much your leviathans, crab snakes. I think they would have been near the cave systems. But what we're really looking for is we're looking for where this transitions into more things, into a different biome. And I want to see what's in the biomes. I know over here, I played this game before, but I know there will be a Reaper Leviathan around. There he is. Keep well away from me, Mr. Reaper boy. I do not like him. But the reason I'm coming down here is I want to just kind of have a look around, see what there is I can get. That's a warper. Keeping well away from that Leviathan. But also let's start exploring. Have a look around. That is a really creepy view. Okay, but first I want to get my scanner. Hey! Ow! Okay, we're gonna leave that away. We're gonna leave. Get my first aid kit. God. That guy was just harassing me. I'm kind of trying to explore what there is. How deep we can go and get a better understanding of what there is around here. I'm gonna stay well aware of that Reaper in the distance. We should be okay. He doesn't seem too interested in us right now. He's taking a bit of interest. But as long as I keep an eye on him... He is looking for me, I think. He is looking. He is having a look. Oh, I do not like that thing being so close. There really does not seem to be anything in this wreck that is very useful. Hightail, yes, so. What I was saying about Hightail, I think you can see from my typage there, from what I typed. I think the insight that I'm kind of saying is, you've always mentioned to me, End, about how what your criticisms of Minecraft is that you kind of want to go full creative mode. You want to be able to play with your creative tools more when you want to play with the RPG and adventure mechanics of the game. Hytale as a game really is just emphasizing the Terraria and the RPG elements of Minecraft. It's really not. It's like it's gone the opposite direction to what you would have wanted a game to beat Minecraft, like what you would have wanted a Minecraft killer to go in as a direction. Hytale is going in the literal opposite direction to the direction you are wanting to go, because there's two sides to Minecraft. There's obviously the creative sandbox, that kind of thing, where you build these great structures, the Lego element of it. You really seem to like that side of Minecraft. You're the creator. You like to play with creative tools. You like to be in this creative space with the game. But what Hytale is it's taking the element of Minecraft that is the adventure and RPG game of it, and really emphasizing and trying to make those sides better without the creative sides. Well, it does have creative tools, and some of those creative tools are really powerful from what I can see. But at the same time, it's really also just trying. It looks like it's trying to emphasize being almost RuneScapey, if that makes sense. I think that could be part of why it's rubbing you the wrong way. Where'd my beacon go? I'm going to call this the volcanic vents. Just got to be careful because these warpers are harassing me here. Rewarding monster. Yeah. It's like you're unlocking creative mode. That's what I like about Minecraft, is like, with hardcore especially, it feels like you're almost unlocking creative mode by your own skill. And I think for me as well, something about Hytale that I think is going to be very challenging for Hytale to reach is this. It's like Pokemon. Pokemon has this really staying power. As a franchise and as a sort of name, if I tell people that I've caught every Pokemon in the Pokedex, people understand that. If I went to a normal person and I said I'm into Pokemon, I've completed the Pokedex. If I just talk to a random person on the street and I tell them I've caught all the Pokemon, a normal person would still have some level of understanding of what that means, of what you've done to do that and the challenge of doing that in the games. You can generally reasonably expect a normal person would have an understanding of the meaning of catching them all. Yeah, congrats, okay, cool, I'm not that interested, but they would understand on some level that you have done kind of an impressive thing because there's a lot of Pokemon. They know what Pokemon is. But if I go to that same person and I tell them, I've caught every pal. Eh? What? Okay, you've completed a random game. Okay. Like, that's the difference. Is if I tell him I caught every pal versus telling him I caught every Pokemon. It's that level of recognition. And I think it's very similar in Minecraft. If I went to somebody and I said I built Hogwarts Castle in Minecraft, you understand? You think, oh, you built it in Minecraft. I don't like. Hold on. See, tread path. There we go. This thing, huge bottom dwelling life form, and it poops. Sea treader. Look at his butt. I'm being attacked by a warper again. I think that's literally the void. That is literally void. Yeah, that's void. Let's avoid that. But yeah, if Fletcher knows due to watching Minecraft videos, she has said she hasn't watched a Minecraft video in Yoinks. Yeah, people understand what Minecraft is at some level, and I think everybody understands what Minecraft is. If I tell someone I built Hogwarts Castle in Minecraft, they'd think, okay, that's impressive. I'm not into Minecraft or whatever, but I know on some fundamental level what Minecraft is about and why that would be impressive. I know on some fundamental level that you have played with digital Legos in a way that has created a Hogwarts, and it's quite impressive that you've done so. But if you compare that with me turning around saying, I built Hogwarts Castle in Hytale, again, it's that, okay, what does that mean? That kind of level of recognition an instant knowing where you're coming from. That's what it is. I hate that the music ends so suddenly there. Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to do. I'm following these guys because they do a little thing for me. I need to wait for these guys to do a thing. That's part of what I'm wanting right there. Alien feces. Yep, these guys poop. These guys poop a storm. I'm waiting for them to poop. Come on, poop for me. I need your feces. I need your poop. There we go! He pooped! He pooped! Oh, glorious day! This alien has pooped. Why is my inventory full? I need to stuff my inventory with more poop. Flirting with your nurse due to watching Minecraft videos? Yeah. But this is it, end. That nurse on some level still had an understanding of what it was to play Minecraft. And Minecraft has that level of recognizability and iconicness. Minecraft has become, well, this game is the Minecraft alternative. Exactly. Hytale, no matter what you do with Hytale, I feel like always at some fundamental level, Hytale is always going to be the Minecraft clone. Regardless of how good Hytale becomes in its own right. Pretty much. And I think this is also down to influencers as well. Because influencers aren't innocent in this. Influencers, X, whatever, the community, every single member of the community of Hytale sort of is approaching it as a way to get out of Minecraft and compare itself against that. And I feel like that's not a good place for a game to attempt to kind of ride, if that makes sense. Terraria was, but you'll be first to say Terraria did correctly. True, true. I still feel at some level, though, some fundamental level, Terraria was more than just a 2D Minecraft. People did view Terraria as a 2D Minecraft and did kind of compare it, but it was still trying to be a good game in its own right. There was still an attempt made to be a good game in its own right. And I just don't feel if Hytale quite has that yet. I feel like a lot of people are like, it's kind of weird how in some places it tries to be different to Minecraft, or says there's no comparison, but then in other places it is trying to be Minecraft. It's a weird place to be in. I feel like, for me, it's also interesting how people tend to be... Come on, give me some poop. Give me some poop. That's some poop right there, tasty poop. Right. Please don't take that out of context. Right, I need to take some. Ooh, what do we get rid of? All of this stuff is good stuff right here. I think we're going to have to just leave it. I think we're going to have to abandon the poop. Oh, this is weird. Oh, there we go. Loaded in. It was a loading situation right there. So this... here, what I want to do, there's also another area I want to highlight. What I'm doing right now is I'm going around with beacons to highlight areas. This is another area I want to highlight for exploration and beaconing. This looks like blood kelp. Potentially entrance to a lost river area, which I will go into more detail later on, but this is blood kelp. I'm going to call this Sea Treader Blood Kelp Sea Treader entrance. Is a good name for this. So Blood Kelp Sea Treader. Why? Yeah, this game's very hostile. Where's my Cyclops? My Seamoth. The only Minecraft clone that is just as iconic can stand on its own, you hear about is Terraria. Yeah, I would say that. It definitely has its own identity, for sure. And I would say it definitely does stand on its own because it's completely different in terms of the art style as well. Mind you, there is more than just that when it comes to Minecraft clones. Don't Starve was a game that was considered a Minecraft clone, and I would say that was a success as well. I really enjoy Don't Starve, but again, it has its own identity. It is not really a Minecraft clone, more than it's a survival game in its own right. Like, Don't Starve is a survival game. If you play that, it's basically a camping survival game. Okay, keep an eye out, guys. This is where the Reaper Leviathan is. I'm going to try and make my way diagonally here. I want to place another beacon down. You stay well away. Okay, he's staying away. Okay, we're good. We are good. What's this hole? This hole looks interesting. Let's investigate the hole. They even had a collaborative area. Yeah, it's also like Minecraft. Like, there is obviously good relations there, I suppose. It's another way to put it. Is rubies. I need those. I need those rubies. I'm gonna drop the gold. 2 of those, and I'm gonna drop a deep shroom. There we go. These, I need these rubies. So rubies are around volcanic vents. That is good to know. I just have to keep myself from getting too hurt here. But take as many as I can. Okay, okay, okay. That's good. Successful clones always have games pay homage with their own identities. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think for me it's the successful games exist in their own right as well. Like, they may have Minecraft elements, but they have an element, and they are still completely different. Like, look at Don't Starve. Really, if you look at Don't Starve and Minecraft, if you were to look at a screenshot of both, you would say they're completely separate games, and there isn't even a link between them. But people called Don't Starve a Minecraft clone because they just saw the survival elements, because at the time Minecraft had the whole survival hunger meter thing going, and that was quite a new thing for a game to have. Minecraft was one of the few examples of it, and Don't Starve was a game built entirely around that as a mechanic, so people thought it was a Minecraft clone without necessarily really doing the critical thinking to say, well, no, this is literally a game built around survival with survival game elements. It just happens to have elements that Minecraft have because Minecraft has survival game elements now. But bear in mind, Minecraft didn't start with survival game elements. Minecraft was never really a survival game first and foremost. That was a very new and relatively recent addition to the game compared to the core design of it. So Don't Starve being a survival game through and through was definitely a different aspect of the game. But yeah, I got a new rant for you. I don't know if I told you about this end, but it's another supermarket rant, and I know you love your supermarket rants. Because I had an issue, and I was really... Oh, I wanted to slap someone. I wanted to do a slapping. I wanted to do some slapping. So I was in the supermarket, and Lidl's, which is the supermarket where I go to most often, it has its own little bakery section. It's a little bakery. It's got a lovely little bakery. It's absolutely fantastic. Not a little bakery, but it's a lovely bakery. It's one of my favourite aspects of Lidl. It has a sort of bakery, in-store bakery type situation, and they put the fresh baked goods out at the front, and they're in these little sort of collecting baskets, I suppose, out at the front. Like, you've got the bakery in the back, and you've got the sort of counter, and they put the bakery items, and you pick the bakery things you want, and then go on your way through the rest of the supermarket and pay at checkout. And it's absolutely delicious. Lidl Bakery, top elite tier. But for me, I got really angry because our one is at the front of the shop near the fruit aisle, and there was a bunch of builders, construction workers, people in high vis, kind of just, you know, big manly men, I should say, big manly man, that kind of person. And they were just stood around chatting in front of the bakery. I was only nipping in for like 5 minutes to go grab a quick donut out of it and then head on my way. So I was like, I really need to just get in, get my stuff, get out. So these guys were just sort of stood around the donut section, just going, like that loud, grating, sweary man banter that you always hear these traditionally manly men do. And they were like, oh, hey, and giving it all that. But then I noticed they were going in the bakery. There's provided tongs for you to grab the bakery item, put them in a bag. So you grab the tongs, go, put it in your bag. They were just grabbing the bakery items and putting them in the bags. They were just grabbing the rolls and going like that. Did we not just go out of a pandemic? Did we not just go out of a pandemic? We're grabbing Steve's head now. But yeah, they were just grabbing the bits of rolls and just by hand putting them in, ignoring the provided tongs. But they were quite polite, relatively, for big manly men. They did sort of step aside because they were still grabbing rolls to grab some. They were still grabbing rolls, but they were talking amongst themselves. So I went to the front of. So I went to then pick my item because I was only picking one item. They were still picking, and I picked the donuts, which they were going to pick next. And I got the tongs, picked the donut, put it in the bag. Brilliant. I went on my way, but because I was disgusted by these people's behaviour, I literally left the sort of food end of the tongs rested on top of the next donut, so they would physically have to interact with these tongs to get the next item. The next guy literally bats the tongs off of the donut and picks it by hand into his bag again. Ooh. Have some hygiene, man. Do you want people just groping your baked items before you put that in your mouth? It's gross. So yeah, that's my rant there. Also, hi Mika! Hi! Check your potato, Mika. How you doing? It's good to see you. Wow, Mika, you are not a potato. You are not a potato. How you doing? Are you okay? Yes, decontamination is sexy. Decontamination is sexy. Being clean and having good hygiene manners is a good thing. You're not a potato, you're a Mika. You can be a Mika-tato. As long as you're okay. You're a good puppy. We love a Mika here. Hope you're having a good Saturday evening. I'm just doing a quick sort of comfort game session. Walk up to them, take their bag, grab the item, lick it, put it back in their back, and hand it back to them to run. I would love to do that once. I feel like everybody should get one unhinged thing they can do, and they just get a free pass to say you can't. Like, you get one card, a stamp card that you can stamp, and it's like, this is my unhinged thing to fuck you up. My unhinged thing to screw you over. Friday evening. Sorry. Hope you're having a good Friday evening. Sorry. But yeah, you get one ticket. And this is like, you can stamp it or clip it or whatever. You get one ticket where you can screw someone over, and you can be like, and instead of having them punch you in the face, you go, nope, this is my ticket. I have used this as my screw you over ticket, therefore you can't do anything to stop me. And that's one thing I would love to do. I think there should just be the one screw over ticket, the one screw you ticket. Everybody gets one. He is not in front of you. Who is not in front of you? The guy? It's like that whole, I don't know if you've seen it, but anybody who has ever worked retail, we all think that, firstly, retail should be like national service. Everybody should have to do it at least once for a year. He is not in front of you in time zones. Yeah, Mika, we're both behind you in time zones. You're in the future end. You are in the future. Might as well grab that. Power cell charger, I think I've already got that. Inventory full. There's not really anything useful for me here. What about down here? Oh, this could get me in danger. Yeah, this is a bit too dangerous here, so I am leaving. It's Sunday there. How is it Sunday? What? I'm confused, Mika. You're confusing me. But yeah, End is in the future. I can't believe he's got all these things in the future happening to him and he doesn't warn us about it. He's like 12 hours ahead of us. You could have warned us 12 hours before the session, you know what I mean? Since you're in the future. What is the good news? Tell us the good news. If the good news is there's cookies, that is indeed good news. I will accept cookies as good news. So I'm going to take a little roundabout way and loop back around to my... I've got to be careful here. I'm just going to zip right by him. He's going to be after me. He is after me. He's checking me out. We're going to loop back around. Keeping an eye. Those things can be very stealthy when they want to be. That's the meteor crash site. And here we are, the mushroom forest. Those people actually thinks people in the future could have prevented stuff from happening because they should know events not happening because of time difference. Blaming China for not warning America. Oh, I blame End. I mean, let's be honest, Mika. We should all blame End on that one. Sorry, that's a bit mean. You both win the lotto of 64 million of debt. I think that's just End being upset at us for blaming him rightfully for that. But yeah, let's blame End. He didn't warn us about that. Hashtag blame End. Yep. End, how could you do that? Sorry, End. We're mean to you. We love you really, End. Hashtag blame End. Oh, End. You know we love you really. You know that's all just us having fun with you. Because we love you. You're a good bean. You are a good bean. So what do we want to trauma bond on next? For real, how people actually are dumb knowing about time zones in their adult years when it's taught in schools. People are just dumb. People do not want to learn things and they do not want to understand things. I think people want, as a general rule, people want to know enough to know more than somebody else or to feel like they know more than somebody else. But they don't want to actually dive into the knowledge and actually fundamentally understand things. They just want to be able to have enough knowledge to say, haha, screw you. Any more than that is superfluous to these people. Okay, I think I've made some good progress. I've beaconed up a few places. Mostly in the same place, which is kind of annoying, but hey. I feel like really it's just going to be time to make the Cyclops. You're using your screw someone over card to get your vent sextupled. It's not like a wish, it's not like a genie wish, Mika. Sorry. It's not like a genie wish, you can't just screw someone over is like in a minor ways that, you know, you can do something that would normally get you slapped or punched, but you show that ticket and you're like, hi, you can't punch me because I've got the screw you ticket. That's what it is. It's the stuff that... It's the get out of something that would normally get you punched in the face ticket. That is what that one is. Mind you, if I had 3 wishes... I mentioned this to Mika. If I had 3 wishes... My first wish would be that you have that Mika has taste buds in his butthole, and my second wish would be that End has taste buds in his butthole. My third wish would be that the one that resets it. So you wouldn't get punched for getting your vent raised. No, that would be your punch card. Use that punch card to say you can't punch me in the face for this. That's what it is. But anyway, if I had 3 wishes, my first wish, Mika having taste buds in his butthole, End having taste buds in his butthole, and my third wish would be undoing the taste bud butthole, but you both have to compete in order to get me to make that third wish on you or the other. Yeah, I have sadistic tendencies. What of it? So I would say ores, rubies, diamonds. So you're looking for lithium, diamond, rubies. They kind of belong among there, I would say. Can I fit another? I can't fit another alien poop in there. Can I fit the alien poop anywhere else? We do have taste buds in our butt though. Oh yeah, because it takes spicy food, doesn't it? But yeah, basically my first wish would be to do something that really annoys you, End. My second wish would be to do something that really annoys Mika. And my third wish would be unwishing that you and Mika would have to compete for the wish, for the unwish. You'd have to please me the most to get the unwish. Yeah, I stole that from Billy and Mandy. Because of sadistic tendencies. Okay, I am out of storage here. This is a dangerous situation to be in. Right. And that is literally poo-poo. Right, there we go. You can't say I'm being immature, because that is literally poo-poo. But also, hee poo-poo. Sadistic tendencies don't get you started. Oh dear. Okay, right. First things first, I would like to build a Cyclops. We're going to need some more titanium if we're going to get a Cyclops. So first things first, let's empty out the Seamoth. Open the storage, empty this out. I'm going to create, firstly, I'm going to take the titanium, which is the titanium I do have. I'm going to take it, as much of it as I can get. I'm going to go into here. And this can be for storing biological items. Like your plants, your samples, your poop, because that's biological, but poop is inherently biological, and your coral samples, like that's what this is all going to be for. So, that's what that one is for. So let's go into bio. That's where all this stuff is going to live, so keep fine. I would say this gets categorized separately. Those samples are for later. The eye stalk seeds are for later. There is a thing I am doing with that one. Now, poop goes in there. This is kind of like your biological useful ones, I would say. So your useful biological items. That's kind of good stuff. Cave sulfur does count as a useful biological item. Creature egg, that can go in there for now as a separate space. So that is bio 2. Bio 1 is empty, and I can now reset those to be useful for other things. So useful biological samples, that's more useful biological stuff in there. Okay, this is going well. Now, this is just to free up storage space. And poo-poo. Special can go also in there. And now for my poo-poo. I need another poo-poo locker. In fact, if I make that exclusively a poo-poo locker, I'm going to keep a locker full of poo. There we go. So, we now have another one for ores. So I'm going to call this one a copper. We're going to take all of the copper out of here. Place it in here. Perfect. Now, lithium, I think, deserves its own. So lead, diamond, that can all go in. Magnetite, I think that kind of sets as a good one. There. Die. Mag. Lead, diamond, magnetite. Bio 2 gets to be for lithium. Gold and silver, obviously, gold and silver. More lithium. Magnetite. So you see here, lead, diamond, magnetite. This is looking good, this is looking organized. I think I can handle this now, so let's get some titanium now. Let's do it. Titanium! Yeah, and you're gonna... Speaking of sadistic tendencies, do you know what my first name for this sea moth was? I originally named this sea moth Mika, and I was like, oh yes, I'm going to get inside the Mika and go very deep. You can imagine how quickly I decided to rename it into the Enterprise instead. You can see why I quickly decided to rename it, because naming a submarine Mika leads to some very cursed ideas.
Calorie intake recommended.
Well, I've got calories right there, baby.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oi! Stupid fish. Right, we need to get titanium. And also not get bashed in the face. First, let's repair the sea moth. In fact, actually, I know exactly what I need to do titanium. I need to go back to the volcanic vents. It means being in range of that horrifying sea monster, but it does mean titanium. Deep inside me, with the Leviathan's chasing you. Oh, that is cursed, End. That is cursed. Why did I give you this sadistic knowledge? Why did I give you the forbidden knowledge? I should not have mentioned anything, End. I should not have mentioned anything, because now you've got that cursed mental image. Too late, can't undo it. What has been done cannot... What has been set in motion cannot be undone. The reason I'm here is because I need titanium. And I noticed a lot of scrap laying around here. I'm sure I did. I'm sure of it. A lot of scrap. And a lot of recipes. a lot of fragments. Now these fragments do turn into titanium. Information is yours to have fun with. Oh no. The cursed knowledge has been passed on. Now. Just gotta be fairly careful. But I should be able to manage. Keep a wide berth. Grab this scrap. This is what I'm here for. It's a scrap. The scrap and the fragments to get as much titanium as I can get. Because I am going to need... I'm building a Cyclops, which means I need 3 plasteel ingots. Each of which take 10 titanium to build. So that's going to be a lot. That is a lot of titanium. But if I could use these scraps instead... that will take me a long way to getting the amount of titanium that I am needing. Inventory is full. I am full to the brim of titanium. It's good news. This is good. Now I'm full up to the brim of titanium, we can start building a Cyclops, and a Cyclops is a cool thing. I'm excited for this. But yeah, just something to emphasize as well, is I started this playing Subnautica because I'm trying to do slightly easier to run games. That do not take a lot of hardware to run, because right now the hardware situation is kind of horrifying. Because the hardware situation is kind of horrifying, I'm trying to play games that do not need new hardware and focus on games that can run incredibly well on the old stuff. And I just want to re-emphasize this point here. I'm getting 140 FPS with this game at maxed out settings right now. That's pretty nice to think about. And I would definitely say this game definitely does not look like a last gen game. I think this game looks gorgeous. I mean, I say it doesn't look like a last gen game. I mean, what is last gen really? Like, if we're thinking about what generations are, generations stopped being relevant to graphics about 2 generations ago. I would say when it comes to graphics, we kind of topped out around the Xbox 360 era in terms of raw, polygonal, graphical details. Since then, everything's just been kind of trying to look more and more weirdly realistic, more and more in-depth realistic and physical-based rendering at the expense. Ooh! At the expense of actually being a good-running title, like your ray tracing and whatnot. I would say ray tracing is just reinventing the wheel. Repair tool. Okay. These served me well, maybe they serve you too. What served me well? A bunch of tools that I already have. Thanks. They do have batteries. They have ion batteries. That is huge. That is huge. I'm taking it. I'm just going back to base. Keep well away from me, Mr. Reaper. But yeah, I'm getting 164, 152 FPS. Obviously this is a slightly easier area of the game to run, because there's not very much graphically going on. But just, it's kind of nice, because this game looks pretty... and it runs exactly... Hey! Runs exactly as well as I want it, as I would want it to. It feels smooth to play. Beautiful. Trying to think of what I would play next in this sort of little mini-series I'm building. I'm kind of thinking here, Bioshock might be a good one to look at. Bioshock is an interesting game. I'm thinking of some ideas. But yeah, the key is games that do not tax any hardware, games that make your hardware feel like it's still in date, while being very cheap. There we are, we're nearly at base now. I am going to need a pee, so I think I'm going to run an ad break. I know I've got an ad break coming in 6 minutes, but I do need a pee-pee poo-poo time. Yep, pee-pee poo-poo times are on the way. I'm a squirming. Let's build some plasteel ingots. Try not to crash. Build some ingots, and then I'm gonna go pee. So that's 1. 2. So you just need 3 sets of titanium ingots, which take 10 titanium each. Once you've done that, it's just lithium, and lithium's not too hard really to come by. As you know, I've got plenty in my storage, so I've got plenty of lithium to do what I need to do. It's just the main issue is the titanium, because ingots take a lot. This should be plenty to get my ingots. There we go. I've already unlocked the recipe. I can see that I'm already able to build the ingots I need. There we go. Titanium ingot. That's the last one of the set. Now to build the Cyclops, which is this amazing moving gigantic base of a sub, I'm gonna need some lithium. Look at this, what I prepared earlier. Let's 3D print some plasteel ingots. Oh, it needs a lot of lithium. Okay, I can work with that. I do have a lot of lithium. There we go. That should be plenty. 2. And 3. Gimme, baby. Oh yeah. So that is part 1 of the blueprint. Enameled glass. Now, enameled glass. That's not too hard, I just need glass. And I need teeth. Luckily enough, there's some teeth I prepared earlier. See, always thinking. Always thinking, always prepared. Okay, that's that one. I need 3 of that, so I need another tooth. In the meanwhile, though, I do need lube. I can get lube and I can get lead. So I can get lead, which is... How much lead do I actually need? I think it needs 2? 3 lead. Luckily enough, I've got 3 lead right here. So I've got lead, advanced wiring kit, which is... I need copper. Well, I need silver to make my wiring kit. So I need then 2 golds and a computer chip, which I can make. So in order to make a computer chip, you need copper wire. And you need table coral, and you need gold. Luckily enough, I have spent a fair amount of time organising this to be able to get the stuff I need easily. Look at me being prepped.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, I need more gold to build the actual advanced wiring kit. Okay, the ad is starting. I think I'm going to let the ad run because then I can do pee-pee poo-poo times. Yep, it is time to pee-pee poo-poo. It is coming. Meanwhile, check this out. I've got most of what I need. Now I just need some lube. That's easily managed. In the meanwhile, I'll be right back. Let the ads run, and I will see you on the other side of the pee-pee poo-poo times. I have returned from pee-pee poo-poo times. I have done a full pee-pee and I've done a full poo-poo. So we should be good. That should be good stuff. Right, so I'm just finishing this off, this little recipe. So I need lube. That's easy to make because I have prepped the stuff I need for lube earlier. I'm very good at prepping for lube. And that's it right here. See, I'm good at prepping for lube. Good at prepping for it. So now I've got lube, I've got ingot, I've got wiring kit, and I've got lead. Now I just need one more tooth. Got a lot of inventory to get rid of, but I also need to take a drink. Let's reorganize this now. Put the quartz back into place. Lead over here. In fact, no, I need lead. Lithium I can put away. Keeping all that because that's all part of the recipe for the Cyclops. Now, I've got some stuff to get rid of. Now, I don't need an empty habitat builder. I've got a full one. Let's unload the ion battery. Keeping these. These are useful. Those are powerful batteries. So now I'm going to unload the empty one. And that whatchamacallit, that. Because it's from that time capsule that we had before. Might as well unload our goodies from that because I already have everything mostly of what I need. But now I've got dupes of every tool, so I don't need that. And I don't need that because I've already got a laser cutter and a repair tool. I think we're good. There we go. Let's put the rest into the artificial stuff because I am fully charged on all my tools. Well, the batteries can be recharged. Yes, recharge batteries. One of them. There we go. Put the rest into artificial. Don't need all of that. I don't need a thermal blade. In fact, actually, yes, I do. Let's put my survival knife away. My thermal blade is going to be very useful for later. Because that thermal blade instantly cooks fish. In fact, actually, no. It's not going to be very useful for us because we don't want to cook fish. Put it away. Right, that's everything I need. I just need one more tooth and one more glass. Let's make our glass in preparation, actually. Gotta prep ahead. That's what you gotta do. You gotta make ahead. You make ahead your recipes and then it makes it easier later. Children, be kind to future Steve. Be kind to your future self. It's a good idea to be. Right, got that, got that, got that, got that. Got it. We are good to go. First, I need a power source for that, and I actually have just the power source in mind. Ion battery, that'll last ages now. We'll get some grub. My knife. Did I chuck away my knife? I did not. Good. Perfect. Ready to go. Let's do it. I'm excited to be part of this. Let's get the sea moth going. I'll need to repair it, but in the meanwhile, we're going to need to get some teeth. You know, just where I left that situation. And in fact, I do have a spare beacon in my inventory, if I remember rightly. I do. So I can mark the area where I'm going to get my teeth. That'll be useful because, yeah. Yeah, well, you're not doing much, mate. In fact, I think I'm already... Nope, that's just scrap metal. Yeah, let's go to the actual area. That way. Because what happens is, this is actually quite a cool mechanic here, is the stalkers like to play with the scrap metal. And with them playing with the scrap metal, they tend to lose teeth when they do so because it's scrap metal. It knocks their teeth out. And in doing so, that teeth I can get, which enables me to harden the glass into enameled glass. I just need to find the right spot, and I know there is a spot that I had set out earlier. With lots of kelp, because that's where stalkers are. Let's go to Big Tube. Because I know it's like a channel. And I know it's near the Big Tube. So that's where we go. Big Tube. Big Tube. Big Tube. This is creepvine area. I know there is a creepvine area near the safe shallows where there's a lot of stalkers that play with the scrap metal in such a way that leaves teeth for me. I think this could be it. There's already a tooth there. Well, there was. Thank you. And thank you. Any more teeth? Give me teeth. Give me that which I desire, which is teeth. I like having teeth. Did you know brushing with Sensodyne up to twice a day can reduce your sensitivity to hot and cold? No? Well, give me your teeth. Yeah, this is absolutely where I dropped a bunch of scrap metal in the hope for teeth. There's your teeth. Well, I'm gonna mark it either way because I did have problems finding this place. I'm gonna mark this place with a beacon so I know where it is in the future. I'm gonna call this Toothy Kelp Ridge. Because it's a ridge, there's teeth, and there's kelp. That's useful for me. Another tooth. Hi, nibbling me. You had a little nibble. Had a little nibble, nibble, nibble. There's something beautiful about watching them swim, actually, isn't there? teeth. Like, just look at that. It's very elegant. This is quite cool because this is like a recipe that needs you to interact with the biology, the biological aspect of this game, needing you to really interact with the ecosystem here. I wish there was more moments like this in the game where you had to interact with the ecosystem that you're learning to conquer by doing this. It's just a really cool kind of idea. More recipes that need you to interact with the local creatures, please. Ow! Mr. Snappy Snap. Any more teeth? Oh god, my oxygen. Okay, where is my sea moth? Any more teeth? No more teeth. Toothy Kelpridge has been ransacked. Now let's get back to base. With our lovely gains. And make the goddamn Cyclops. Now this Cyclops is going to be huge. It's a big part of getting yourself all the way out to the deeper depths of the ocean. It's a vital part, I would say. Cyclops is a gigantic submarine, lets you have a moving base, which is good stuff. Let's see here, teeth. I've got teeth for days. That's also useful for later for like your depth upgrades and whatnot as well, which is quite useful. Right, I have everything I need. Check that out. Everything for a Cyclops. Let's do it. Let's get the rest of the teeth put away into my biological area. Are we ready for a submarine? I feel like I am. I could very much do with a submarine right now. I just love the way the water ripples and just the effect of it. It's glorious. It's gorgeous. Now the reason I'm back here, packing that up, I'm going to take it a little bit closer to my base because this sea moth is going to be, this Cyclops, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. I think this is as good a place as any to drop it. God, this is terrifying just to think about. Yeah, you can see in the distance there. What is that? Looks like a giant coral tube. Yeah, it's a tube. I wonder if I can stand on it. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here, but I just wonder if I can stand on it. Yes, you can. Take a break from the ocean. My God, can you just imagine being in this situation where you're just stranded on an island, and you're just not even on an island, just stranded in the world, and all you see is this. As far as the eye can see, and you just know you're doomed. God, that's creepy to think about. One more thing I want to do, I'm quite interested in. Let's see how low the graphics actually look if you turn them down to low. Oh, terrain change. Requires restart. To be honest, that doesn't look too terrible, does it? On low settings, and now I'm getting 200 FPS. Oh, saw a stalker there. That doesn't look too terrible for 200 FPS. No, I would say you look fine. Let's turn it back to high though. Turn off that. Turn off bloom. Turn off lens depth. Turn on depth of field. Whoa, depth of field is going wonky. Yeah, let's turn that off. I don't like depth of field. That's better. Yeah, let's get back to building my Cyclops. Where'd I put my mobile vehicle bay? Where'd I put it? There it is. Ah, almost lost my vehicle bay. But it just goes to show, like, to be honest, I don't think it was worth gaining the 40 FPS because I'm right now at 150, 140 FPS. I don't think it was worth getting that to run at the lower settings because 40 FPS at this level when you're at 200 FPS anyway, it's not that big a gain really. So just an interesting thing to think about is how much FPS you can gain for lowering your settings. But yes, power.
Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle.
I'm not experienced, but I will attempt. Because look at that glorious build right there. Yes, give me the power. Look at that. Oh yeah. Gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, I love this.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I like it. And all this glorious stuff to play with. Look at this. There's toys, there's... I can dock vehicles in here. I can upgrade things. Oh, it's glorious. What do I need? Craft the depth modules for this bad boy. Plasteel ingot and ruby. We can do that. That's why I gathered a lot of rubies earlier. Ha yes. Let's get a lot of plasteel and a lot of ruby. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck. Plasteel, you need 2 lithium. And ores 3 should have my ruby. There we go. So I can make plasteel ingot. That means that the Cyclops is already going to go quite deep. So plasteel ingot. Rubies, I can take that even deeper. What do I need for? Nickel ore and kyanite. Kyanite for the prawn suit. Actually, this is more important right now. This means I can just take this straight to the maximum depth it can go. That's huge. That is huge. Mark 3. Gotta go for it. What is the crush depth from that? I think that's 900. That is huge. $900. Yes. That can take me so deep, guys. That can take me so deep. Now 900. I'm gonna need more ruby. And I'm gonna need more titanium. Now, how much titanium do I have? I have enough to build another little thing that I think I'll need. Because on the Cyclops, you can build nom 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 nom. You can build on the Cyclops, and that means you can put things in the planter. And I think for my first excursion, that's going to be vital. So I can take this to 900, and I can use the Cyclops as a moving base to go to where I need to go. Yes, dock me right in there, baby! Unlimited power. So, first things first, I want to start upgrading this to get the depth module. I already have an engine efficiency module actually back at base. I'm just going to grab that, because that will definitely be helpful. We need as much energy as we can get. It's all coming down to titanium. First, artificial. That's the one I was looking for. That is the one. Take a nutrient block, take a couple of first aid kits, and we're good to go. Beacons. Beacons, 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 beacons. I need beacons to mark out my area. Gonna take a few beacons. So I need to be able to navigate here. Let's do this! Design a plant pot here. And I can just put a bulbo tree in there. That should be enough to keep me going. Meanwhile, let's upgrade to get the engine efficiency. Eat this. And we are good. Everything we need to start doing some serious exploration.
Engine.
We took the engine for the first time. Perfect. Now. Oh, this is so slow and unwieldy, but you feel the power. So the depth goes to 500 on this, but remember, we do have the sea moth. And the sea moth will allow me to go even deeper. Let's check the camera system. So, base is there. I want to go... Yeah, you're not going to do anything, mate. I want to make do this way. Go south and west. Explore some of the biomes around here. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of scrap as well. Glow balls. I want to go down here to these glow balls. I'm gonna start gathering some materials down here as well. There we go. In the original versions of Subnautica, this was originally called the Koosh Zone, I believe. There we are, going nice and deep. And there's some wreckage here which I want to investigate straight away. There's going to be plenty of scrap. Plenty of stuff to explore. Let's do it. I'm also going to beacon it. I'm going to call this the Global Wreck. Or do I just call this Global? I'm going to call it Global Reef. Because that's what this is. It's a reef of some description and there's glow balls in it. Let's explore around, get plenty of titanium, get the materials we need. Gel sack. Just explore, see where the day takes us. Ah, boobies. We need these. Take as many materials as we can gather. Then I'll be able to build them on the Cyclops as I go. Use it as a moving base. Build the materials I need as and when I need them. Oh, that's a creature egg. That's a reef bat. There we go. It's looking good. Getting some materials. Let's investigate. Oh yeah. There's our way in.
Integrating new PDA data.
This is not looking great for an exploratory area, but hey, I'm sure I'll find something of what I need in here. I don't really need that many recipes now, to be honest. Yeah, I've already been here. Okay, already been here. Good to know. Let's take the team off to go further down.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Good to go. Let's take the team off and let's keep going. Swing, and down I go. Now what I want to do is I want to try and find what's down here. I'm more so looking for materials and ores. To be honest, I'm already actually kind of most of the way there now. Grab this quartz. Salt. This is a survival game. I always get the habit in these survival games. I always end up in the habit of just picking up as many bits as I can. Because I always end up thinking, oh, what if I need them later? I better gather everything that I can get and fit in my inventory. And I end up filling my inventory, overfilling it, and just going kind of nuts. And then I end up in the kind of situation where I just end up with too full an inventory and then end up struggling to organise it all. So that's the thing about survival games, is it tends to be the best way to play is to gather absolutely everything you can, as and when it is gatherable. As soon as you get it, you get more than what you need, so then you don't need it later. It's kind of generally the way to play these games. I do tend to be how survival games do kind of go. I'm really terrible at it for grounded, where I just gather like a million sprigs because I just know I need them. They're like, you always end up getting like a fundamental. There's always like a fundamental 1 or 2 items that you just need so much of through a gameplay that you end up just gathering so much of it just habitually and just filling your inventory to absolute stacks and stacks, even more than what you need. I just wonder if that is like bad game design or if it's good game design to do that. I don't know. I wonder if there is like a game design element to it. And I wonder what is considered, what game developers consider when they're designing that sort of system. Okay, that's not great. Lots of warpers are not good for me. I wonder if I could get any more table coral around here as well. Oh yeah, that looks deep and scary, doesn't it? Let's try and take the sea moth down deeper into it. I have the oxygen to get to it. There we go. Back. Titanium. There you go. Copper. In you go. Ores. In they go. Quartz. In they go. Do I have a lead one? That sort of goes along with ores. Let's just put ores in one for now. Quartz. Salt goes with quartz, and that is us ready to go. Let's take the sea moth a bit deeper into it. I think it will behoove us to go as deep into this as we can. Ooh, a thermal plant there, that can get us some titanium. I think titanium's going to be a big bottleneck right now. But if I scan these recipes, that's going to get us plenty of titanium to go. See, I never found the prawn suit all that useful. I saw a video essay about this, where they were complaining that the prawn suit in Subnautica Below Zero was kind of useless, and I'm like, it's always been kind of useless. There's like a few ore deposits that you get where you can get a lot of materials if you use the prawn suit in this game, but it's never really been a big kind of situation for me where I've always thought, oh, I need the prawn suit. It's never been fundamentally needed in this game, in my opinion. It's always been kind of nice to have because you always feel like you get a bit more power and a bit more capability of going deeper, but it always feels... I don't think it feels optional, because there are places where it isn't optional, like in the deeper areas in the late game. But I just do feel like it tends to be more, like, genuinely... The areas where prawn suit is needed is literally just to make a prawn suit feel necessary, rather than actually having it be useful in its own kind of right. Oh, here we go. What's this? Already got it. The good thing is it refunds titanium when you scan things, so it's worth scanning when you need a lot of titanium, because then you end up with just a butt ton of stuff. All good materials which I need. What do I need? I'm full. The good thing is about this titanium is, and this is a really good thing about the sea Cyclops in general, you can build on it. So. There. There we go. Generally, you can get 2. This is a very useful aspect of it. Right, titanium in this one. More titanium, more titanium. So that one is always going to be a titanium. I'm going to save that one as a space because I always anticipate I'll be needing more titanium. So let's do quartz in that one. Copper, so let's do cop, GS. Copper, gold, silver. Copper. Let's do lead, deep. Lead, deep. There we are. All good stuff. So copper GS, copper, gold, silver, lead and deep, lead and deep. I may need a second one for lead and deep. Let's put salt in with quartz just for now. There's more titanium to get, so more titanium we shall get. Quartz as well. I'm also thinking about some other items I can only get on the surface. What's that? Silver. Lithium. Quite mineral rich, which is good. Just gonna swing by my base because I need some, well, not my base, but I'm gonna swing by this area because I need some coral. And grabbing it would be very useful for my cause. Because I don't think it tends to spawn very deep in the deeper places. Probably a good idea to get some when I can get some, and so I don't need it later. So I think all the other ores are in kind of a situation where I can just get them. Yeah, let's get as much of this as I can. So these can be quite useful, as can acid mushrooms. They can be useful for power later. So I've got plenty of each. Let's take this back to the Cyclops. Because you got to think ahead. You got to think, what can I get in the deep place? What can I get in the shallows? And when I'm going on a long journey to the deep place, what can I get while I'm there? But what do I need to take with me to make sure I can still craft the things I need to craft? It's a bit of strategizing, I should say. Oh, we got a radio message.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Perfect. Now, what do I need to build a radio in here? Titanium copper? Luckily enough, I've just spent ages gathering both. Perfect.
This is Life Pod 2, coordinates attached. We're way past our safe depth and bleeding O2. We'll have to swim for the surface, but it's 500 meters straight up. We'll make for the rendezvous and keep you posted. Out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Try and take this as deep as I can take it. We're going to some spooky places. Let's get spooky. Mysterious, it's spooky, there's a lot of creepy stuff down here, but it does mean more materials and more blueprints and more fancy things to find. So we've got to do it. That's the thing about a horror game, is it's all about not about getting zapped, but what it is about, it's about overcoming your fears to go deeper. Damn crab squids. But it's about going deeper, facing your fears, and taking the rewards for facing those fears, such that you get what you need to get. Stay away, crab squid. We don't like your sort. Goddamn EMPs. So I'm trying to go deep down here. But it's getting tight quarters.
Detecting a titanium mass somewhere in this area.
Ooh.
Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora.
I want to go that way.
Creaking attack.
I just want to go deeper. I'll go back and get my sea moth in a second, but I want to go deeper. Oh, this is tight quarters. It's a tight fit, but we'll make it. Right, let's see what we got. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Right. I'm getting close to crush depth, but what I need to do is I am going to head back to my sea moth and bring it down here. It's going to be a risky one, but I feel confident I can reach the sea moth and get it down here in time. I feel slightly less confident I can reach the sea moth and get it down here in time. I feel like I'm getting stuck underneath the caves here. I've got to go for it. There's a spot. There's a spot. There's a gap. We can take this gap. And we can return to the Cyclops, because the Cyclops is giving off its own beacon. Meanwhile, I can go back and get my sea moth. Keeping an eye out for any deposits and minerals on the way. That will help me go deeper. I'm looking for lead, I'm looking for copper, I'm looking for gold, I'm looking for silver. All good stuff. Quartz is useful as well. Grab that. Your basics. That's what you gotta get. You gotta get lots of your basics. Good to go. There's a sea moth. It wasn't even close. That's quite good. As in, it wasn't even close to suffocating me. So far, the no death run is still doing pretty well. Still doing well for no deaths. We've had a few close calls, but nothing that we can't handle. Which is good. Let's get down deep, see where we can get to. Oh, those warpers make me poo myself. They're scary boys. Just good at jump scares. Good at jump scares, that's what they are. Ah, there we are. Perfect. Now let's investigate here. Should be some more stuff to scan.
Integrating new PDA data.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Crab squids are annoying. Get to the second level. PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Alien containment, that's good. Oh my god, you are massive.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
I wish I'd stop zapping me. Ooh. We'll take that with us.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's a cuttlefish. Taking one of those. Now,
Blueprint acquired.
I think that's about everything I need. Yeah.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Oh, shut up. My team off! You ass! You broke my seam off, a piece of garbage!
Captain, all systems online.
My seam off! Jerk! You jerk!
Vital signs stabilizing.
Creature attack.
You are the world's most aggressive crab squid! I see him off!
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Well, there's nothing else for it. I've got to just go out and raw dog it. Bit worrying.
Rig for silent running.
Alright, let's stay here. Try and take a stealth approach. Freaking world's most aggressive crab squid over here. I'm just gonna call that random. This is another Lost River entrance, and I'm gonna mark it as such. The goal here is going to be to gather as much goodies as I can, and then safely return back to the Cyclops. But also, name it. Lost River Entry 2. So I've got Entry 1, I've got Entry 2. But I should be able to at least get some bits here. Let's hit a second snooze. I can't believe my Seamoth got destroyed. I'm just gonna scan this briny area, because it does hurt me. Quite significantly so. So I'm just gonna quickly scan it, because it is translucent. Let's quickly. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. There should be some goodies and some ores around here. That should be quite useful. May need to return with a prawn suit. Now that over there is another Leviathan. But I should be able to get the crystalline sulfur
Red
here.
scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Nice try. He's an aggressive boy. Just making my way straight back to Cyclops. I think I may have suffocated myself. I may have gone too far. Oh, this is not a good situation to be in. Let's hope I can just make it. Let's hope I can just make it and not drown. Oh no. I went too deep. I think I can make it. Come on, believe in me. Believe. Oh, this is gonna be tight. I'm cutting it close. Oh, I'm fine. I think. I know. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I know. Oh yeah, I've made it. I have made it. If there's making it and there's making it, I have done the latter. Ah, lovely. Oh, that wasted so much materials as well. Because I had upgrades in that and everything. I had my Mark II upgrade and that took a bunch of rubies. I know I've got a bunch of rubies back, but still, that's not the point. Alright, how do I leave? I've got to leave and go back to base. There we go. That's the way. That's the way out. I don't care if it's a tight squeeze. I am leaving through this hole. I'm an expert in penetrating tight things. Okay, guess not. Guess we'll have to find a second way. Oh, there's another less tight of a squeeze. That'll be a bit easier. Let me out! Let me out! Wiggle! You gotta wiggle! Oh, yeah, we're wiggling. We are wiggling. Okay, guess not. Guess we're not going out this way either. There's gotta be a way out. Easier way. That looks positive up there. So I have all the recipes I need. That's one thing. I have all the recipes I need. I just need to be able to put them into the right orientations to get where I need to go and get deeper where I need to go. Oh, I don't like this. Where's base? Where's base? There's base.
Ahead flagged. Emergency speed. Warning. Vessel challenging.
Oh yeah, we're at the floating
Excessive
islands.
noise. Ahead standard.
Okay, not too bad a session, I think.
Warning. Engine overheat.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I did lose a Seamoth, but I did gain a bunch of materials with which we can rebuild, start getting deeper. I'm very upset about that Seamoth. But here we are, back at base. Got plenty of materials and I'm back at base to make good use of them. But for now, I'm tired, so I'm gonna head and take a rest. There we are, back at base. But that's me now. I'm tired, I'm just gonna chill out, enjoy the rest of my Friday evening. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.